Yes. What happens when you meditate for years? साल भर बैठ के आप बस तपस्या कर रहे हो, ये वैसा सेशन नहीं है। आप गलती से भी ये मत सोच लेना कि इसमें ये बताने वाला हूँ कि मैं आपको साल भर कंटिन्यू 24 घंटा बैठ के आपको मेडिटेट करना है। इट इज व्हाट हैपेंस टू यू व्हेन यू मेडिटेट फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम, मे बी 20 मिनट्स और सम टाइम फॉर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, फॉर ईयर्स। क्या बदलाव होता है। देखिए, आज तक ये खुलासा हुआ नहीं कहीं पे, ये पहली बार सत्वा टॉक्स पे होने जा रहा है। बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी होती है सत्वा टॉक्स में जो सीक्रेट होती है, जो दुनिया में कहीं नहीं मिलता, वो यहाँ मिलता है। एंड तीन चीजें तो होती ही होती है। आपके चेहरे पे स्माइल आती है, कोई किसी की खांसी की आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, ये सेशन में खांसी उसी सब ठीक हो जाता है। सो आप बस बने रहिए। आपके चेहरे पे स्माइल आती है, आपकी लाइफ सेलिब्रेशन बनती है और हम सब मिलके एक स्ट्रेस फ्री, वायलेंस फ्री सोसाइटी का निर्माण करने के लिए लगे हुए हैं। आपका भी सपोर्ट चाहिए, कर दीजिएगा, आ जाइएगा आप इस सेशन में। यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम। जस्ट क्लिक द सब्सक्राइब बटन ओवर देयर एंड बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस मिशन। गुरुदेव विजन इज आवर मिशन। यही ध्येय लेके आगे बढ़ रहे हैं हम लोग, यही विजन लेके हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं कि गुरुदेव के सपने के साथ हम जुड़ जाए। एंड टुडे वी आर हैविंग इंदिरा दीदी विद अस। इंदिरा दीदी, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। वेलकम टू सत्वा टॉक्स। एंड let me introduce you to the group. For the people who are watching this for the first time, I will just give a brief introduction of Didi. So she is graduated in chemical engineering from IIT Mumbai in 1984. She has worked as an engineer with Indian and German consulting firms as Udhe India Limited for 12 plus years. She shifted along with her husband to Indonesia in 1996. During her stay, she worked as a business process consultant for Indonesian chemical firm for few years in design of their IT infrastructure. She did her basic course in art of living in December 2000 at Jakarta with Minu Topandasani Minu Topandasani, and she has been active since then in art of living activities. So, Didi, welcome to this session. Didi, first I would like to know, like, people are wondering, I think of meditating, but does meditation give results? कितने दिन में रिजल्ट्स मिलेंगे मुझे जब मैं मेडिटेट कर रहा हूँ? एंड इफ आई keep on meditating daily 20 minutes daily, and I do it for continuously for 1 or 2 years, what will happen? What change it will bring in my life? Yes, Didi, people are eager to know. Over to you, Didi. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Basically, you have to keep meditating. The results is not that you're going to get immediate results, meaning, but when you meditate over a long period of time, you will find your mind is calm, you're able to take decisions better. Yeah.
So, Didi, it is also said that when we are meditating, first our ancestors get benefited, then it comes to us. What do you think about it, Didi? Is it really true?
Yeah, Gurudev has said that. In fact, before coming to Art of Living, I was not aware of this. I came to know of it only when Gurudev mentioned that 7 generations before and 7 generations after, they are all benefited by it. So whatever we do, that punya, they will be happy, the ancestors will be happy as well as the descendants. Yeah.
Didi, you are a pass out of IIT, and in IIT we also study about electromagnetic spectrum. There is a particular dimension, or we can say a particular bandwidth in which we can see the things happening. Meditation, it's said that it transcends those dimensions, because earlier we see that there were many sadhus, there were many saints who meditated and they found like which stars are there in the planet and all. So they sometimes in the modern world we don't understand it. So is it true, Didi, ki we can get those siddhis or we can cross that spectrum in which a human being exists?
I'll tell you from my personal experience of meditation. There are like normally when I used to meditate, it used to be just that I meditate and I feel calm, happy, whatever. My mind is under control. Yeah. But when you're meditating with an enlightened master, then I had a totally different experience. I had a real out of world experience. So, and I'm not able to describe it in words. I'm just not in a position to describe it in words. Yeah.
But Didi, how this enlightened master came to your life? Because you were in your world, you
Yeah.
were heading in
Yeah.
organizations, you were in Indonesia enjoying your life. So how this enlightened master came?
Yeah. Actually, I started learning meditation almost immediately after I started working. It was very fast for me. So, learning meditation, first thing I learned was Brahma Vidya, which traces its lineage to Guru Padma-Sambhava. So, after that, when I got married and I was in Chembur, I shifted to Chembur. So, there again, happened to learn about Surge Yoga, the Silva mind control, then the advanced Silva method, Preksha Gyan, etc. So actually, prayers were always an indispensable part of my life. Now, meditation was also getting added. Yeah. So it was as if I was drawn to all types of meditation. This was prior to coming to Heart of Living. So then, after that, I did Reiki also. I did Reiki with Shamal Durme. You must have heard those in Kalwa and all, they all have heard about her. She was quite famous in Bombay, for Reiki. And I came to know about the art of living for the first time from her, actually. So that time I was told we'll have to go to Bangalore, 2 हफ्ता जाना पड़ेगा, फिर उधर पूरा 2 हफ्ता उधर सुबह से शाम तक वो मेडिटेशन करना, आई मीन कोर्स में रहना पड़ेगा. तो and that time we were all working, so we thought how to take leave and go and all that. So that was the first time when I heard about art of living. उसके अगले साल हम लोग को ही हैड टू गो टू इंडोनेशिया, तो हम लोग साथ में गए. आई मीन वी वेंट टू इंडोनेशिया and there he was working and I was also practicing this meditation and breathing techniques and all that. Like Brahma Vidya, they teach about both meditation as well as breathing techniques for various purposes. Then since I had learned meditation from various people, I don't know what exactly I was practicing, but I was practicing meditation. So, and also I was practicing Reiki, because I was new to Reiki at that time. That was the last one I had learned. So I was practicing that also when I came to Indonesia. So there I found I was drawn to people who are doing this meditation. तो उनके साथ थोड़ा ज़्यादा बातचीत चलता है, instead of others, instead of normally you would like to meet everyone. Here I was trying to, it looks like I'm meeting more of people who are meditating. And then both of us were working there for some time. So during, when I did the course, actually, Art of Living course, so I came to know when I was working that there is a Art of Living course which was being conducted by Minu. She was the only old teacher there in Jakarta at that time, only one teacher. And she was very regular. She was taking, I'll come to that, no? So she had taken one course in our nearby colony. So I thought, since I was working and this place was nearby, I thought I should not miss this chance. क्योंकि पहले बार तो दो बार, I mean 2 हफ्ता छुट्टी लेके बैंगलोर जाना वो सब था. I didn't want to do that. So this time it was near my venue. So I just enrolled for the course, and both me and my husband, both of us enrolled for the course. So first thing, my husband wanted ask Minu was whether he can come late on the first day. पहला दिन क्योंकि ऑफिस से आना पड़ता है, थोड़ा लेट आ सकते हैं क्या पूछे. So Minu said first thing, you surrender to the Guru, then you'll find everything अपने आप हो जाता है. And that was the first day when he was traveling by car. He was in a different location. I was in a different location. मैं तो पहुंच गया venue पर in time. So he was coming by car and the car had an accident. And the administrative people there in his office, they told him, you leave the car and just walk. Just go by the other available means of transport. तो उन्होंने वो गाड़ी छोड़ के बाद में दूसरा 3 अलग अलग गाड़ी लेके आना पड़ा. So finally he reached the venue by 7 p.m., which was the starting time. No, this is how Guru's grace works. Like, it was there in the beginning when she said, you take a sankalpa that you will reach in time. Yeah. So this was my first exposure to art of living. First time I did the course. And then she said she told us about all the first day for me, Sudershan Kriya. It was quite long. Like I was waiting when it will get over. I thought इतना देर चल रहा है, कभी आंख खोलने को बोलेंगे हम लोग, कभी बोलेंगे आंख खोलना है. So that was what was there. But then after some time you get used to it. Now it's only the first day of Kriya where you felt the time was too much for that. And then of course the follow up and other things started.
So Didi, how good the enlightened master came? When was that moment?
That was immediately on doing the course. First time I heard about it was when I did Reiki, where Shamal Durve mentioned that Art of Living course you all must do. So that was in my mind that I have to do the course. But since that time I couldn't take leave, when I was in Indonesia, the course was happening near my place. So there was no question of saying no and all. I just immediately joined it. And both of us did the course, me and my husband. And it was very good. Like we had a very good time in the course. And after the course, she told us that they have a follow-up center in Jakarta. एक बंगलो ने एक डिवोटी ने दिया था, वो सेंटर जैसा बन गया. And it was quite spacious, like, and all of us could make use of it. And she used to take the follow-up every week. She was the only teacher. वो मॉर्निंग जब ये चालू करता है, इट विल स्टार्ट विद सत्संग. संडे को रहता है, हॉलीडे छुट्टी का दिन है, सो वर्किंग पीपल कैन कम. सो इट स्टार्ट्स विद सत्संग एंड देन द क्रिया. सो क्रिया में क्या था कि जब भी पहला स्टेज प्राणायाम चालू होएगा, देन द डोर्स आर क्लोज. नोबडी इज अलाउड इनसाइड once they start the first stage. That was what she used to follow. So the only thing we had to reach there before, I mean, the first stage starts. Normally, satsang ke baad immediately kriya chalu hota hai. So that was that.
Yes. Didi, when was the first time you met Gurudev?
First time I met, I'll tell you, because I did the course in December 2000. And then मेरे को थोड़ा पहला 1 महीना तो कुछ थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस में ये हो रहा था, क्योंकि there were some other issues. थोड़ा 1 महीना लगा before I started becoming regular in practice. So once I became regular in practice, I noticed that after 1 month, I was feeling happy without any reason. ये पहला 1 महीना क्रिया प्रैक्टिस किया तो लगता था इतना खुशी लग रहा है. I mean, दूसरा कुछ, it's not that something has to be given. Without any reason, you feel happy. That was my state. फिर उसके बाद मैं follow-up जाने को चालू किया. Every Sunday I was going for follow-up. In the 3rd month or so, when I was working there, so I was doing the Kriya, and there were some worrisome thoughts. When you are working, obviously you will be having tension, stress, whatever. So there were some worrisome thoughts in my head. And then I was lying down doing the Kriya, and afterwards came back home. The next week, I was not able to attend the Kriya because of whatever the reason. The week after that, again, both of us had gone to Jakarta. We went there and we did the Kriya. Now, what happened after the Kriya? No, after the Kriya, Minu took out the knowledge sheet. तभी क्या था knowledge sheet either email या what you call fax से जा रहा था ना. No, it used to go by email or fax. So she read out the knowledge sheet and I was in a bit of shock. Like, because the knowledge sheet contained all the details, it looked like Gurudev was talking to me directly. And this is the thing. So it was a real bit of shock. So I was just saying, see, I am sitting in Jakarta and thinking about something 2 weeks before. And the day I come for Kriya, Gurudev gives his knowledge sheet, which comes from Rishikesh, as an answer to whatever I was thinking. तो उसके पहले तो सोच रहा था कि my thoughts are totally my private matter, nobody else knows about it. But this came as a shock because what I was thinking, it looked like everything he knows about it, and he is sending the reply also for the whatever I was thinking. Because at that time, we didn't have many teachers, we didn't have much to talk about. But this came as a total shock. I mean, itna sab malum hai. Kaisa, he knows everything about us or what? And immediately after that week, the next month, Gurudev had come to Jakarta. This was in March. April, he came to Jakarta. So I went to the airport just to see whether I can see anything, अभी उनको तो मालूम है सब, I mean, और knowledge sheet ऐसा आता है तो उनको सब पता है कि नहीं. I just went to more like a curiosity, whether he can see everything. I just went to the airport and there were about 12 people. And the organization there, Minu's husband had given a garland. She said, for giving it to Gurudev. So I handed over the garland to Gurudev. Then I was just thinking what next when Gurudev told the person next to him was a person whose house Gurudev was going to stay. So Gurudev had signaled to the person that you can tell them to come for the satsang afterwards in the few hours later in that house, in his house. So this was my first meeting with Gurudev. That was in Jakarta. Jakarta airport where I met him physically rather. Uske baad, next day we had a session also in the Jakarta center. So there again, they were reading out the questions and Gurudev was giving the answers. There also I found there were one or two thoughts in my mind which I found Gurudev was explaining and giving the details also. So it looked like, I don't know, he could read everybody's mind.
Didi, what inspired you to become an Art of Living teacher?
Yeah, in fact, I was quite satisfied with. I knew that there is something in this art of living, but I didn't know what. Because इतना experience होता है कि जकार्ता में ऋषिकेश से knowledge sheet आता है, कुछ तो है, मगर I don't know what it. I mean, what are the possibilities or what is. I mean, since we didn't have we were not having direct interaction with Gurudev personally or anything, except during his visit. So after the visit, he told us, one person said that he is feeling uncomfortable despite doing Kriya and all. So Gurudev said, we'll arrange for an advance course. So immediately next month, we had an advance course in May. So May we had Arun Madhavan, who was director of Art of Living Foundation here. So he was coming to Bangalore. He was coming to Jakarta to take the advanced course. So he took the advanced course for us. And there, Reiki healing, how does it work? Yeah, that I think I should not discuss about Reiki now. Let's talk about what is happening in Art of Living. So, Arun Madhavan's course, my husband I of course felt calm and peaceful during the advanced course, but my husband had even very good experience because he had his right leg, he was having pain क्योंकि वो गाड़ी का वो टायर कुछ वो पाव के ऊपर गया था, तो एकदम like he was having lot of pain and taking painkillers and all that for almost than 6 months, you know. So when he came for this advanced course, so advanced course में जो one of the processes was involved taking attention to this various parts and all. So when he came to the leg, he could feel that something is being pulled out from the leg. और बाद में मालूम पड़ा he was totally pain free. That is, after this incident, he has been totally pain free in that area. वो जो 6 महीना इतना ट्रबल कर रहा था, वो सब निकल गया. So there was something in this, no, this meditation program with Gurudev. Although Gurudev was not physically present in that, but it was still very good. He had a very miraculous healing. Yeah.
Didi, I just want to know when you became teacher.
Yeah.
And that time, many people think these days that I'm not so confident. I am very shy person. I am a volunteer. I'm very satisfied with that. So why the people who are having these kind of thoughts? What is your message to them?
Yeah, they must become teachers because once you become teacher, you know that you have to go through a lot more. Like when I was a volunteer, I was just working as and when. जब भी फ्री है तभी काम करने का, जब भी बिजी है तो बोल देने का बिजी है, नॉट अवेलेबल, तो इजी पड़ रहा था. बट व्हेन यू आर अ टीचर यू कैन नॉट डू दैट, नो. आई मीन if you're having follow up, the follow up has to go on every week. You have to have your follow up. If you're not there, you have to arrange for somebody else at least to be there. So there are some things to be followed. In fact, I'll tell you my experience. When I was a volunteer, everything was going fine. So and I was not feeling the need to become a teacher. In the sense, पहला जब भी कोर्स किया दिसंबर में, पहला वाला जो मिन्नू तोपनदासन के साथ, तो उधर there were some two teachers in that group. Teachers meaning the teachers who teach in school, not art of living teachers. So they were teaching in school. देव कोई दो लोग मेरे को बोल रहा था तुम टीचर बनो आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग का. आई थॉट व्हाई दिस पीपल कांट माइंड देयर ओन बिजनेस, लाइक आई एम माइंडिंग माय बिजनेस, व्हाई कांट दे माइंड देयर ओन बिजनेस. तो वही ऐसा ही था मेरे मन में भी. फिर बाद में भी जब भी पहले बार भरत भैया, सिंस आई नो हिम पर्सनली, उधर आश्रम में मिला था, उसने भी पूछा था डू यू वांट टू बिकम टीचर. I thought, no, I said, why is he asking me? Why should I become a teacher? That was the way I was thinking at that time. But बाद में मालूम पड़ता है कि if you don't know the exact reason, you have to go through that. I mean, no, only when you become a teacher, you go through certain things. You go through the stress. So, in fact, जब भी मैं volunteer था, I used to think, there was one teacher whom I used to think, accept people and situations as they are बोलते हैं, उसको accept करने को क्या होता है करके. That was always in my mind when the teacher is, when he is teaching, accept people and situations as they are. Why can't he accept? It took me some time to understand that if I accept people and situations as they are, I will get the benefit. If he accepts people and situations as they are, he will get the benefit. So there are reasons, and for me, when I happened to do DSN with Anand Rajendran, तो तभी मुलुंड में कोर्स था, तो कोर्स में I really got a message like from Gurudev. I don't know how to convey it. I mean, how to describe it, but I got a message from Gurudev. Like, I've been calling you for so long, you have not bothered to come. So, immediately after the course got over, first thing I contacted Renu because she had arranged the DSN program and asked her whether I should apply for TTC. She said yes, and immediately I put the form for TTC. But till that time, I had not done it. Till that time, I was still thinking, क्या करने का, टीचर बनने का मेरे को कुछ, आई डेंट हैव एनी what you call, like nowadays it has become a prestige. Art of living teacher has become a big thing. Like that time there were not many teachers, no, and itna ये भी नहीं था. So I was not knowing about the details of why you should become teacher. I can tell you only now that after becoming a teacher and undergoing some things, you will have lot of issues where you have to somehow solve it. And how do you solve it? Finally, you have to connect to Gurudev. All your experiences. If I tell you some of my experiences, like
Yes, Didi, please tell
yeah,
some miracle stories.
yeah. See, once I was involved in a car accident. There were 4 cars in the lineup. So my car and the car behind had hit my car. So I was just thrown in the front, and the head, actually the whole there was full of blood. But when I was seated in the seat, I could not feel any pain. There was not much pain. But seeing the amount of blood, I knew I could not go back home. I had to go to the hospital and then do something about it. तो गाड़ी से निकल के पहला वो पुलिसमैन से बात किया, थोड़ा नियर बाय वन ट्रैफिक पुलिसमैन वाज देयर. आई टोल्ड हिम प्लीज अरेंज टैक्सी फॉर मी, आई हैव टू गो टू सयान हॉस्पिटल. तो उसने इमीडिएटली एक टैक्सी को बुला के बिठा दिया. सो आई वेंट टू सयान हॉस्पिटल. आई गॉट द ड्रेसिंग डन, and then by the time they informed other people, and then I came back. Afterwards I was transferred to a private hospital and then went home. उसके बाद जब भी मैं पहले क्रिया गया, आई वॉज जस्ट थिंकिंग, अरे क्या ऐसा हो गया, आई मीन व्हाई डिड दिस हैपन टू मी. दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट थिंग. सो देन आई हर्ड द टीचर सेइंग, ओ गुरुदेव का वर्ड्स, तीर मारते हैं ना तो टोपी उड़ जाएगा मगर हेड इज इंटैक्ट. So I thought, my God, it was so shocking. At least, I mean, I didn't think along those lines. Okay, jo bhi ho gaya, but I am still safe. In fact, I could go from my taxi, car where I was sitting, up to the Sayan hospital without any problem. Like I didn't have anybody accompanying me. I had to go alone. तो वैसा लग देखेगा तो अच्छा है. I mean, whatever experiences. There was one more experience I can tell you about my father-in-law's thing. So he had actually surgery for his neck. उनको थोड़ा नेक और सिर में कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था. डेली कंटिन्यूस हेडेक, ऐसे सब बोल रहे थे. So we said what to do. Like daily we cannot keep listening headache and without doing anything. So we had consulted the doctor. तो डॉक्टर ने बोला कि सर्जरी करने गए. In the neck region they have to do a surgery. So we were wondering, first we discussed in the family and everybody agreed he has to be admitted and he has to be operated. So उधर my husband went to the hospital just the day before the surgery, where you have to sign the consent letter, no, कि ऑपरेट करने के लिए. तो कंसेंट लेटर के समय उन्होंने बात किया डॉक्टर के साथ, what is the chances and all. That's when we came to know उन लोग हॉस्पिटल में there were 3 cases they had done before, and all 3 were range of 40 to 60 years, the patients, and they didn't survive. And the last one who survived was 1 month after the operation. तो तीनों का, I mean, none of the 3 were successful. So it was a shock, like we didn't know till the day before the operation. So consent letter तभी my husband rang me up and said, पहला हम लोग first thing we did was pray to Gurudev and say, somehow get this, I mean, save us, like and then he signed the consent letter, because the doctor had said that chances of recovery is just 1%. तो 1% क्या है, 99% फेलियर बोलेगा तो, I mean, and my father-in-law's age was 89 years. उधर तो 40 to 60 years वाला भी, they have already not seen the life, I mean, not seen any improvement after the surgery. So whether we should go, but finally we decided to go. We prayed to Gurudev, then went ahead with the surgery. Yeah, and he was there with us for 2 more years. After the surgery, he was there 2 years with us, blessing us. So it's all Gurudev's blessings.
Didi, it's a big moment when when you are talking, you are talking very smoothly, but when it was happening that time, it was a big thing for you in that moment of time.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Didi, in your whole journey of 20 years, many people think that, okay, in the tough times, Gurudev will be always there with me and he will save me. But every time it doesn't happen. So, that time, Didi, people leave this path. What you want to tell them when there is a tough time going on and like they see the things are not working that time? So, what do you want to say?
Like Gurudev himself talks about karma. If you see about karma, there are some karmas which can be removed. There are some which cannot be. Like you have to pay the price of your karma. The different types of karma. He has explained in lot of his knowledge sheets also, Prabhada Karma, this and then Sanchita Karma, and all that. Lot of things are there. So, see, there are some things we cannot question what happens. We have to just accept what happens and then see what we can do about it. There is no question of questioning what happened. Like it has happened to me also. Like I said, when a car accident happened, after the accident, when I came home, first thing was, "Arey, why did it happen to me?" But we don't know. We don't know what is happening and when. We have to just accept whatever happens and then see what we can do about it. There is no question of that you cannot have everything your way.
Absolutely, Didi. Didi, there are so many people here in YouTube and Zoom. If they want to say something, किसी को कुछ कहना है तो आप अनम्यूट करके दीदी को बोल सकते हो so that yeah, दीदी को कुछ पूछना है तो if you want to ask something or say something, you can unmute yourself and ask. Yes. So this session, Didi, was filled with so many stories, and there are so many things that people will find inspiring. And this was really a session in which you have shared your complete journey. And there are a lot many people who are watching in this right now will relate to your story, and they will find their answers from this session. And those who are watching this session on YouTube, I'd like to tell you that Indra Didi is being a very strong pillar and she is there in Art of Living for last 20 years. And the experience, what she have told in this session now is very few experience she have put out. If we want to ask her, her life is full of guru stories, right, Didi?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
In fact, my most spectacular meditation experience was in Bangalore ashram. The very first advanced course, like one advanced course, I did it in Jakarta, which I said Arun Madhavan had come to Jakarta and taken the advanced course, where I felt calm and peaceful. The next advanced course, almost 2 months later, it was in August. I had done the advanced course in May with Arun Madhavan. Then I came to Bangalore Ashram in August to do the advanced course again with Gurudev. At that time, the rule was, unless you do one advanced course with other teacher, with some other teacher, only then you are entitled to do advanced course with Gurudev. So the second advanced course you can do with Gurudev, but first one you have to do with another teacher. So that was already done for me. So then I came to Bangalore and did the advanced course with Gurudev. So that was all in the same year. First advanced course was with Arun Madhavan. Then same year, that was in May and August, I came back to Bangalore Ashram and Meghal Thakkar had taken the advanced course. Here again, all the meditations I felt calm and peaceful. There was Gurudev was there for only one meditation in the 4 days. So that one meditation for me was a out of the world experience. And I don't know how to describe it, nor can I give any details, but that was just too spectacular. So that's why when I say I did a lot of other meditation courses before, but there's nothing to match with this particular experience, This particular experience was just mind boggling.
Yeah, absolutely. And Didi, that's a role of an enlightened master, because he always gives you some surprise which we also and you also never expect.
Yeah.
And he takes us in a different realm altogether. So
Yeah.
Didi, it was a really nice session with you and interacting with you. We also felt that same bliss. And
Yeah.
those are the people who are watching this live on YouTube, you can share this session to as many people who are in art of living, because they will also get benefited some or the other way. So make sure that you send this session to those people and you will receive a thank you in back message. So it was really nice. Yes, Arunji, you want to ask something? Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Jai Gurudev Didi.
Yeah.
As Abhishek introduced that you have been taking courses in Indonesia, which is a
No,
very
I was a student there. I mean, a art of living student there. I came back and then became a teacher in India. Yeah.
Okay.
There I was, there I did my first course there.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So you're still taking courses there, or you're taking courses?
No, now I'm in India only now.
Okay, because I was just wondering, because in Indonesia is a fairly Muslim population. So do you think a lot of students used to a lot of they used to be a participant in the basic course there, the advanced course and all in Indonesia?
Yeah, there are a lot of Indians there also. There are other people also. There was also I think one Christian was there who was very, very active there. When we did the advanced course and all, we could hear him speak. And just a comparison, I'll tell you, in India and Indonesia, since you raised the question. The Indian Independence Day is 15th August 1947. The Indonesian Independence Day is 17th August 1945. Then India is predominantly Hindu population. In Indonesia, it's predominantly Muslim population. Now in India, people go to Agra to visit Taj Mahal and all, which is a Muslim, you can say that way, monument. Whereas in Indonesia, people go to Bali, etc., to see basically a Hindu culture. So there are a lot of comparisons you can make like that. I mean, yeah, but they are all. They're also they have a network of others, taking part. So in fact, Christian father had also become a teacher there, if I remember right, in Jakarta, because he was there for one of the sessions we were having there. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jai
Wonderful. Yes.
Is your husband also a teacher?
No, my husband is not a teacher, but he was coming with me when I was taking the courses. He used to come when we were having it nearby. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to tell you about if you want to know even about the course venue, how I got. I started doing the follow-ups in my house. And then there were a few people coming, and I used to read out the knowledge sheet. Knowledge sheet, all because of that one incident. I used to always remember to read out the knowledge sheet. Then suddenly, one of the days, around 10 months or so, I had taken my follow-up in my house when somebody came from IOC and said he had come to my house for the follow-up. And then he said, why not you conduct the follow-up near our place? Opposite our place is the IOC where staff people sitting. So they have a small recreation center there. So he was suggesting, why don't you take follow up there? I said, that will be very good if you can arrange. He said he'll talk to the concerned authorities and let me know. So just that week, when he was to talk to them, the day before he was to talk to the authorities, I had a meeting with. I happened to meet Rishi Vidyadalji. So I was just telling him I'm looking for a follow-up venue. He said, "Where are you based?" I said, "In Chembur." He said, "हाँ हो जाएगा." So next day, I found that fellow had spoken to the authorities and already got approval. And then the afterwards, when he met me, he asked me, "How did you manage to get this all?" I said, "I don't know. I just spoke to, because you had told me you will be talking to them. I spoke to Rishi Vidyadharji and told him like I'm looking for a venue." He said, "Ho jayega," and it ho gaya. Like next day, it was sanctioned. So it was like unbelievable, Huh? I mean, and that too, their follow-up center. So morning I used to always take for the follow-up section in time. I'll start in time and end in time so that there is no, overload.
Yes, Didi, when we are taking something as a sankalpa, in this art of living world, it manifests.
Yeah.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. And Didi, there are so many people watching it right now on YouTube also. If you want to ask something, you can ask. And till the time you can subscribe also to this channel. We are doing these kind of sessions daily. We are on the verge of concluding this session, Didi. So any last words you want to say before we conclude the session?
Today is very special day. Today is 1000th.
Yes.
Yes,
Today,
that's why we are
1,000 full-length episodes completed in Sattva Talk. So congratulations, everyone, for this. And it's a day of celebration. Yes, Didi, anything you want to say to
Yeah.
conclude?
Like with all these experiences, I'm convinced that once you're on this path, Gurudev is fully aware of what is happening and takes care of us as and when needed. Yeah? It is not that he is solving everyday problems for us. There are challenges and it has to be faced to strengthen our own character. Right? So whenever challenges are outside our limits, Gurudev is there for us. All it needs from us is a prayer and sincere surrender. That's all I would say. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much, Didi, for coming. Jai Gurudev. It's wonderful having you here.
Yeah.